iamLadyCharmaine, and my guest today is a fashion designer from Savannah, Georgia. And she's here today to talk about season 14 of Project Runway's hit design show, Project Runway. I want you to help me welcome Miss Merline Labissiere. Welcome to the show.
Yay!
Now, Merline, is your last name French? Where is your last name derived from?
Yeah, it's French. My family's from Haiti. Like, no one ever gets my name right. It's so funny. My family called me. They're like, no one ever say it right. But, yeah, it's straight from the French that owned Haiti at one point.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, how do we pronounce your name correctly? You tell us how to pronounce your last name.
Okay. So it's Merline Labissiere.
Merline Labissiere.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you. Now, you know what?
Cool.
Thank you. Now, looking at your style and your fashion on the show, it looked like to me that you're inspired by the 80s, because I'm a 70s baby, but of course I was raised in the 80s with the hat, the colors, the oversized sweater. Is the 80s your inspiration?
I don't know if I just do the 80s. I don't pay attention to it. I just throw whatever's on. I do a lot of prints, and I don't match, so I stopped looking into the mirror. You know what I mean? So I just throw in whatever I like, you know? And so, I don't know. I never actually thought about it.
Yeah, because, when I'm looking at you, it reminds me of the decade, the 80s. And so that's kind of how we dressed in the 80s, although we thought we were putting some thought into it, but I don't think I was putting that much thought into it. I was like, I was putting it together, and if it looked cute, hey, I'm rolling with this. So, so that's what it kind of reminds me of. So where did your passion for fashion come from?
Oh, man, I don't know. I think I grew up super, super poor. My family came from Haiti, first generation, and I feel like we didn't have much. The Americans, we didn't even know what Nike was, And so my mom would send me to school with like church dress and like church socks and tennis shoes and these big barrettes and bows, these huge ribbon bows in my hair. And we would be sent to school and we would get picked on, and I would dream, like, if I had money, I would style myself like this. And I think that's the earlier memory of what I think how fashion started in my head.
Really?
And over the years, it just evolved. Like, it evolved, I wanted to be a fashion designer, but in the Haitian community, it doesn't make money, So I kind of wanted to really honor my parents. So I did architecture for a while. And then I think I went to SCAD, and halfway through, I was like, I think it was hard, but I, wanted to follow my dream, and be a fashion designer.
Okay. And so you followed your dream to become a fashion designer. Why did you even decide to audition for Project Runway?
Well, this is my third try, actually. I tried out in 2007, and I self-taught myself at that time. And Project Runway was like, I think you need to go work on it. You don't know what a pattern is, because I would go to the thrift store, and I would take clothes inside out and kind of just self-taught myself, And I remember Tim Gunn was there at the audition, and he was like, this is really, you're not going to make the cut. And so I was like, okay. And so I ended up going to school. And then I ended up going to school, and then I thought I was really good. And then I went back, and I was a semi-finalist with my college portfolio. And then I think at that time I was very conceptual, and kind of hadn't put it down back to earth. And I was like, okay. So after that, I just worked on my business for a couple of years, kind of figure out who my girl is. And then this year, I went back for just feedback. I wasn't even thinking I was going on a show. I feel like Project Runway is the only kind of the outlet in the professional world to kind of just tell you, this is where you work on. I don't think you made the cut. And so they were like, yeah, we love you. And I was like, okay. So and that's just how it happened.
Okay. So what was your reaction when they said, we want you to be a designer on the show? After all those tries, you went and you put the work in. So what was your reaction?
It was insane. You know what I mean? To this day, I think it's crazy, that I even actually did Project Runway, For my family, my mom, it blows away my mind, because my mom came here on a boat from Haiti. So in the Haitian community, I'm really a star. They're like losing their mind, Your mom comes here on the boat so that, her kids can have this American dream, And I know how much it means to them, but I just didn't realize how much it would mean to my family too. But I don't know. I feel like I'm still living a dream, I would remember, when I'm in Project Runway, I'm sewing, and I would look up and would say Project Runway. I'd be like, I can't believe this is happening, And so, I don't know. I'm still in awe. I think I was watching Project Runway the other day, and I was watching it, and sometimes I'll forget I'm on a show, and I'll be like, oh yeah, they'll say my name, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm on the show. I totally forgot that really happened. I don't know. I'm so amazed, and I feel like it's an honor, because thousands of people tried out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to be top 16 And to be top 5, that's like crazy. And so I'm super grateful for the doors Project Runway has just given me. And so I don't know, I'm still in awe. That it's still happening.
Yeah, because I love how you said last night, you was like, I'm #5. Some people are #16, but you're #5.
Did I say that? Oh
yes,
God,
you did.
The things that come out of my mouth. Oh my God.
My husband and I, we just cracked up. I said, you know what? That's a great way to look at it. Well, at least I'm #5. So that was great.
Oh my gosh, I should make a shirt that says #5. Oh my gosh, you just like started something.
Yeah, it was great. So what was your experience like being on the show? Because, you know, there's one thing, like I said to the other designers, when you're at home and you watch it on the show, you don't feel the pressure sitting at home on a couch. We don't feel the pressure that you're feeling for every time that you get. So now that you're in this room, and so what is your creativity like? Did you have, like, as I call them, brain farts? You know what I'm saying? Designer's block? What was it like for you?
It was just crazy. It's like you're in a competition, you know, you're not thinking about like, I don't know, for me, I wasn't thinking about like the end goal. I was thinking about like day by day by day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay, challenge by challenge by challenge. And I don't know, I feel like I'm even like, people look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm honored to be 5 because I feel like Project Runway picked the amazing top 16. Like, if you looked at everyone's portfolio, when you go back to look at everyone's portfolio, everyone's really good. Mm-hmm. They're really good at what they do, you know what I mean? And so for me, I was super honored to be around amazing people, and I learned a lot from each designer. You know, Swapna was really good at, like, draping really fast, and I was, like, taking notes, you know? Edmund put a lot of sexy in his garments. So I'm really, like, I'm in awe of what people do, and so I just worked hard. I love to work hard. I feel like one thing I love about Project Runway, I feel like I was back in school again, feeling like the studio vibe again, because I feel like as an artist, in my personal life, I'm very isolated from the world. You know, you're in your studio all day and you're working. So it was so amazing to be back in a workroom again and to work with like amazing designer side by side. So I love that part.
So what was some of the most difficult challenges for you? Because I know everyone has had that challenge where you just ended up getting that blockage and you just couldn't get that breakthrough. Besides last night, which I'm sure was difficult. But what was the challenge before then that was kind of difficult for you, but you were able to overcome it?
For me, the biggest struggle as a designer, I feel, is because I'm so different. I'm really different. My personality, just my perspective in the design. I think for me, I still struggle with embracing my difference as being a different designer. I don't know if that makes sense. But even the lingerie, like, you know, one moment in the lingerie, like everybody was, you know, designing on the bra, but me, I was starting a bra from scratch, and I really struggle. Like, there's this eternal fight inside of me that, oh my gosh, I'm being different again. Like, I'm really outside the box, you know what I mean? And that's the one struggle that I have on the show is I can feel how different I am, and that's hard to kind of say, okay, it's okay, Merline, it's okay. So for me, that would be the struggle throughout the whole competition. I don't think there was one competition I'm like, oh my gosh, this is super hard. For me, I think it's that fight inside of me as a designer of saying, it's okay to be different. Keep going, you know? Because the thing is, when you're so different, you want to stop halfway because you think you're not going to be perceived or you're not going to be understood. I don't know if that made sense.
No, it does. And my question for you, because I know last night when you created your garment, did you realize, because even when I saw the garment, I was like, that's like another garment that I've seen. And so when Heidi said it was in season 13, the umbrella dress, I'm like, that's what it was. Did you realize that your garment was similar to another garment that had already been on the show?
No, I don't think so. I barely watched the other episode of Project Runway, so I didn't know that. But I did a conceptual process, so I think it came from my conceptual process. I think if I never made that process on the wall, I would say, oh my God, maybe I saw it. But I think for me, because I'm a process designer, and so I took those shapes from my process, and so I think that for me was enough. So I don't know. I didn't get my feelings hurt or anything. I was like, oh, that was cool. So.
So knowing that you got eliminated from the garment that you created last night, when you look back at it in hindsight, what would you have done differently if there would have been anything you would have done differently?
I thought that's a good question. I think about it all the time. I don't think I would have done anything different because this is my habit. So when they tell you to do avant-garde and they put everyone outside the box, I would jump back inside the box. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. So if you look at all the past work I've done, it was like very like out of there because everybody kind of, you know, stayed inside the box. And so I think it's my natural default mode. The minute you tell someone, like, think outside the box, I'm like, whoa, no, I'll jump back in the box. So I think for me, when I kind of analyze it, I think that's what I did. They were like, oh, we thought you were going to go bigger. I was like, no, everyone else went bigger, so I went back in. So for me, that's like the default mode of me.
Okay.
I don't want to be like anyone else. It's hard. I would be like, no. So.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. You know, you're a designer's original, so and that's just who you are. If you had an opportunity to design for a celebrity, who would it be and why?
Ooh, I would. There's so many people. I would love to design for Sia. I think she's just like she's different, just like me. You know, she's out of the box and she doesn't really care what other people think of her. And I kind of like that. I love the risk that she takes. I don't know. That's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Also, do you keep in contact?
Right?
Do you keep in contact with any of your Do you keep in contact with any of your other castmates? Have you made like close bonds with some of them? And if you do, who are they?
Yeah. So I'm really close with Edmund. We're like kids. We crack up. We even crack up when we're on the set. And then Swapnil will message. Now I'm a tomboy at heart, so my default mode to naturally gravitate to boys. You know what I mean? And so I stay more in contact with the boys. It's just like I'm wired.
Okay. So what are you working on now? Are you working on your own fashion line? What are you doing right now?
Okay, so there's so much going on. I'm working on my fall 2016 line, doing the whole process of manufacturing, which is crazy, and kind of doing all the amazing part in the business part, like sheet, percentage margin, all that cool things that I'm like in. And then I also have a nonprofit where I teach fashion in the inner city. And so we're like in the process of getting our building. And so those are like my crazy life of like still going, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I feel like after Project Runway, I can go to the moon and come back, you know what I mean? And so, it's on.
Okay. So outside of fashion and your nonprofit, what other things do you like to do? Tell us about you.
Oh, so I have a good support system in Savannah, like really good. And so like I really missed them when I came back on the show. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, they're so for me. And I babysit their kids while they get to go on dates and hold hands. That's like really big for me.
That's cute.
I do. I'm really big on, you know, married people like making it happen. And so I babysit and I hang out with the kids. I love to garden. I'm really like, I love to read and, you know, read under a tree. You know, so I do a lot of that. I love the voice, you know. I don't know. I just like to, and I love to dance. I go out and have like fun. You know what I mean? I play hard and work hard.
Okay. That's a good way to look at it. If people wanted to follow you, find out more about you, do you have a website? Are you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah. They can follow me, MerlineLabissiere.com. My nonprofit is ProvokestStyle.org. And then I guess you can find me on Facebook or Twitter. It's Merline. Twitter is Merline Labissiere. And then my Instagram is Merline.Labissiere. Yeah, it's me. It's just, I don't know. My name is so long. I hope they find me.
Okay. I'm sure they will. You're not that hard to find. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It was truly a pleasure having you.
No, this was so cool. I hope you have like an awesome day because it's really like the sun is out in Savannah.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to remind the viewing audience to make sure that you tune in Thursday nights to Project Runway to see the top 4 and who's going to make their trip on down to Fashion Week on Thursdays, 9/8 Central on Lifetime. Again, thank you so much, Merline Labissiere. Hopefully I said it right again. Thank you so much and definitely have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lady Charmaine.